Breaking news tonight in the sudden death of music icon Michael Jackson. We are live here in L.A. where Jackson's live-in Caribbean doctor, Dr. Conrad Murray, on trial for manslaughter, accused of shooting Jackson up with a super powerful surgical anesthetic propofol, then leaving the music superstar to die surrounded by his own urine. A stunned courtroom hears eerie audio. Jackson dazed, slurring his words as Jackson's inner circle takes that jury inside the final shocking and deadly hours. Bombshell tonight. Evidence of a cover-up. In the very minutes after Michael Jackson dies, Jackson's doctor, desperate to remove damning evidence, even before he calls 911. Part of the evidence he hid? Drug vials, IV bags containing propofol. Jackson's children screaming, "Daddy, Daddy!" Daddy is dead in front of their own eyes tonight. The stunning 911 call. We have the audio.
You came in and saw Conrad Murray giving compressions.
He was using one hand. He had his hand with his palm open, and he was giving chest compressions in this manner. Paris screamed out, "Daddy."
Was she crying?
Yes, sir.
He's not breathing, and we're trying to pump him, but he's not. He's okay. Is he on the floor? Where's he at right now? He's on the bed, sir. He's on the bed.
Okay, let's get him on the floor. Did anybody witness what happened?
No, just the doctor, sir. The doctor's been the only one here.
Paris screamed out, "Daddy."
As one of the greatest and nicest guys ever.
Children were crying and screaming. And the next thing we did, we started hugging and we came together and we held hands and we started praying. Neither one of us knew what was going on at the time, but the energy in the house did not feel good. It was not the energy that I've always felt in this home that I worked for in the time that I was with Mr. Jackson and his children.
Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. I want to thank you for being with us. Bombshell tonight, the sudden death of music icon Michael Jackson. Jackson's live-in doctor, Dr. Conrad Murray, on trial for manslaughter. Evidence of a cover-up. In the very minutes after Michael Jackson dies, his doctor, desperate to remove damning evidence, even before calling 911. Part of the evidence he allegedly hid from cops? Drug vials and IV bags containing propofol. And remember, cause of death? Acute overdose of propofol. We are live here in L.A., camped outside the L.A. County Courthouse, bringing you the latest in the trial of Michael Jackson. And we're taking your calls, but straight out now to the courthouse. Gene Casares, legal correspondent in session. What happened today, Gene?
Alberto Alvarez, star witness for the prosecution, testified that he was summoned to the bedroom of Michael Jackson, saw Conrad Murray giving CPR with one hand with Michael on the bed, and suddenly Conrad Murray started collecting vials on the nightstand by the bed and ordered Alvarez to put them in a plastic bag and then a brown paper bag.
Okay, back it up for me, Gene Casares. So Alvarez is part of the security detail. There he is on the stand. This just went down in the last hours. And he says when he gets in there, Jackson is dead, staring off. And instead of calling 911, Conrad Murray, Dr. Conrad Murray, with his Caribbean doctor's degree, is cleaning up the scene. Tell me exactly what he said, Jane.
He testified that he was collecting the vials on the nightstand right by Jackson's body that was still on the bed and ordered Alvarez to get the plastic bag, put the vials in the bag, which Conrad Murray dropped in, and then ordered Alvarez to put them all in a brown paper bag, double bag.
Okay, I want to hear about the scene. Joining me also, along with Jane Gasaris at the courthouse here in L.A., Karen Winter, Showbiz Tonight correspondent. Karen, describe for the viewers what the room looked like when Alvarez goes in there. What does he see?
It was a scene of complete chaos. You could see this witness on the stand breaking down, trying to really hold it together, seeing Michael Jackson's lifeless body there, not knowing what to do. Murray's issuing these orders. I want you to do this, take care of the kids. It was an absolute chaotic scene. He talked about the IV that was still in Michael Jackson's leg, the fact that Murray was trying to attach something to his finger to get a pulse. A very, very emotional day on the stand, Nancy, for this witness.
And Jane Gasaris, it's my understanding, keep showing me those photos of what Alvarez sees when he gets in there. Karen Winter joining us tonight from Showbiz Tonight. Back to Jane Gasaris. Jane, it's my understanding that the propofol was not slammed into his arm or leg. It was actually injected into Michael Jackson's ankle.
Yes, and there was an IV stand, and Murray also directed Alvarez to take the IV plastic bag off. Inside was a bottle. He now knows it was propofol, and he saw a milky fluid inside that saline bag.
Okay, Jane Gasaris, I want to talk about all those bottles of urine and the condom catheter that was on Michael Jackson. What were all those bottles of urine surrounding him?
This is really important. Condom catheter was on Michael Jackson so that he could urinate and it would go into the plastic bottle and he wouldn't have to get up. In other words, if you're going to put him under for a long time, you put on that condom catheter and then he can have propofol for a night's sleep.
So Murray had it all set up. Murray, Dr. Jackson's Caribbean doctor, got his degree here in the U.S. I'm sure that medical school is proud tonight. We are live here in L.A., camped outside the courthouse, taking your calls. You know, a lot of people have called in, they've written in, they've emailed. Hey, what about Michael Jackson being a junkie? It doesn't matter. What about Michael Jackson's child molestation charges? It doesn't matter. Because the day we start sorting, picking and choosing who's the perfect victim, we're all lost. Who's going to stand up for me or you when you need justice? It doesn't matter what Jackson did or didn't do in his past. All that matters is what happened the night he died. We're live outside the courthouse to Elaine in Illinois. Hi, Elaine. What's your question?